Love smarter, not harder. Today's question. Dear Dr. Karen, I've been dating this wonderful guy and we are soon to have the exclusive talk and start a relationship. In this day and age with so much technology, I wanted to know, how do we go about setting healthy boundaries for social media? I met my ex through social media and also found out through social media that he was cheating. I don't want to be that crazy girlfriend asking for passwords, but at what point do you share passwords as well? Do we even have to get to that point? Thank you so much for all your wonderful advice. So this is a tough one because you are not the only one who has had problems with passwords and social media. And obviously we all know someone who has had that experience where that social media has become a temptation, and there's this element of privacy that exists because we have our personal phones, and that can really be a threat to a relationship. So just starting out, just getting exclusive, I personally wouldn't have some big conversation about passwords yet, but I would definitely, even when you're exclusive, you're still watching each other and you're still just dating and you're still gathering information. How does he handle his phone? How does he handle social media? Is he pretty quick to, oh, check through my phone, I need you to check this email? Or is he very protective and private about his phone? And if you observe that he is very private, then it might be time to have a conversation. And because this involves, again, a guy's perspective, I wanted to bring Dan in to share his thoughts on this. And we also have our dog here, so if you hear any like heavy breathing, it's the dog. It's not.
It's a copper boy.
He's a sweet baby. Might as well show everybody. Cop, you want to say hi? You say hi? Yeah. Anyway, I thought we'd share a little bit about our experience. So when we became exclusive, we weren't right away having a big conversation about, hey, now we should have each other's passwords for all social media accounts and I should know your password for your phone. It just was very natural that as we
kind of evolved.
It did, yeah. It was kind of like we would be traveling together for a business trip for work or with you or whatever, and you'd be like, oh, check my email for me. So I could tell that there was you were very free and open with your phone, which really, like I said earlier, is a very private element, really. So I knew that was demonstrating to me that you were trustworthy.
Yeah. Well, and trust is one of those things I don't think there's a lot of gray area with trust. It'd be, in a perfect world, your boyfriend would also have had trouble in the past. Not that I wish pain on him, but maybe he had been cheated on in the past and social media had a hand in that. And so he would feel very understanding about wanting to be open, you wanting to be open, and hopefully him wanting to be open with passwords and things like that. So, yeah, and I agree with you. I don't know that that when you're having that initial conversation that has to happen, but I think it does have to evolve. And eventually, if there continues to be a separation where he's very private with his stuff and you're not as private, then there probably needs to be a conversation, because there's a reason for that, and maybe there's just insecurity on his part, and you have to reinforce that there is no reason for insecurity. But at some point, I think it's absolutely necessary for people to be able to leave their phones out for people that are really close and in love to have know the passwords and be able to get in there at any time. Not that people are going to be sneaking around, but it's just the point of it's peace. Mm-hmm. It's comfort and peace in your heart, and I think that is that's really critical when it comes to having a tight, intimate relationship.
Yeah, and it communicates a lot of, and I did a post today about you're still independent, you're still an individual, but it communicates that, hey, I have nothing to hide. Like, our relationship, you can trust me because I'm not going to be doing any kind of weird little just a little flirtation with the coworker when we're texting back, or that email has like a little bit too much warmth in it when it's a professional thing. And you want to protect your relationship, and you want to never give your partner any reason to feel threatened. And listen, we take a very open stance about this, but I mean, there's a lot of married people, we've talked about it. There's married people who don't have each other's phone passwords and things. And they would say things like, well, the guy would be like, well, my friend sends me these emails and my wife wouldn't like to see them. Well, then why are you letting your buddy send you those kind of emails if that's going to offend your wife or make her feel uncomfortable? The marriage, again, you're not to that point yet, but as you're in an exclusive relationship, you are setting the stage for potential marriage. And so those patterns that you establish in that dating relationship are setting the foundation. So yeah, I would just be eyes wide open. And like Dan said, as things progress, if you're not seeing that you're getting to that point where you have that openness with the phones, with the passwords, then it might be time to have that conversation, maybe 6 months on or a year in. And then, I mean, we just advocate for a very open stance when it comes to that in marriage. So
I think it saves a lot of arguments and saves a lot of, just mind warping, that people go into negative places for no reason, right? Because we all have those instincts when we think somebody's keeping something from us. And so if that is not even part of the relationship, then once again, it's peaceful and there's just more comfort in that.
So I hope that's helpful.